men will oftentimes instinctually mistake kindness for sexual interest, and women mistake sexual interest for kindness. So when you have men in very powerful positions, and it's usually men, it's awesome to be the CEO. It's awesome to be one of the founders worth tens of millions of dollars. And people are going to start laughing at your jokes and making more eye contact and finding you interesting because you have power over them professionally. And men will oftentimes mistake that interest and kindness for sexual interest. And they end up sometimes in a bad place where they end up abusing their power. And sometimes they don't even realize they're doing it. So my belief as a CEO or as a board member is that above a certain level of power, it's just off limits at work. If you have money and you've reached a certain level of power at work, you have the game then outside of the company. And let's be clear, from day one, if there's a relationship, you fucked up. That's not supposed to happen here. If you're the head of the Americas for a tech company, it's awesome for you. You're going to be just fine in terms of mating opportunities. And any mating opportunities that arise at work ends up at a point of risk, of abuse of power, and puts the company at risk and creates an uncomfortable power dynamic where one person might be on the wrong side of that. And also, I think that as men, we have an obligation to mentor young men and basically say at work, you need to tread lightly. And you should be able to figure it out pretty quickly. If you're being friendly to persistent to bothersome, you got to dial that back in terms of when to stop in a professional situation. Because the reality is, if someone goes to HR and complains about you, you're kind of done. You're kind of done. You're that person now. And the other thing you have to be mindful of is when you enter into a relationship or pursue a relationship with work with someone junior than you, you're dramatically increasing your risk of something bad happening to you and to that person because the power dynamic. But in terms of young people at a similar seniority, or they're all junior, my attitude is have at it. Meet, fall in love, fall out of love, whatever it might be. I think that's a wonderful thing.